Disney World in March is like that scene from The Lion King where Mufasa dies. You know, you're just hanging out in a gorge, chasing a cute lizard, then all of a sudden the sun beats down from the sky, the stampede appears, run! Between new festivals, ride closures, ride openings, and a complete new vibe, it can be a lot to navigate. So here's everything to expect when traveling to Disney World in March. Don't forget to follow AllEars.net for more. Hours are a tad all over the place due to resort guests' extended evening hours to after-hour events and potentially even things out of our control. Lightning strike. Remember, park hours are subject to change. Typically, hours will be from 8 to 10 or 9 to 11, but there are some odd hours in mid-March. For example, they're closing Magic Kingdom at 9 p.m. on March 14th. So definitely check out your My Disney Experience app in case you're hoping for some midnight Disney magic. Or in this case, 11 p.m. Disney magic. You get it. Now, after-hours events are continuing to happen until late March, and some may even be added. In fact, they just added some more after-hour events for Disney Hollywood Studios. Now, the Magic Kingdom after-hour event is typically a 3-hour event starting from 10 p.m. until 1 a.m., where you can try, more than 20 attractions, tasty snacks, and it's all included in the cost of the ticketed event. Don't forget, if you're going to the after-hour event, you can enter the park as early as 7 p.m. That's right, you got some time in the evening with regular park guests who aren't attending the after-hours events, just in case, you want to make sure you're hitting everything you want to do, your must-dos. Now you got some extra time. Now, these after-hour events have been going on from January 9th to March 27th of 2023. But they just added some after-hour events for Disney's Hollywood Studios, so keep an eye out in case they end up adding more for Magic Kingdom. And the price of this is going to be around $135 to $159, just depending on the date. And yes, there's a discount for pass holders and DVC members. You're welcome. If you are staying at select Disney World resorts, you will have access to extended evening hours. But if you want to get specific, you can check out AllEars.net for more. Previews for Tron have officially begun. Look at them go. Now, currently they are doing previews for cast members and select guests, but the attraction opens on April 4th. Now, recently our team was invited to check out Tron. Big thanks to the Broadway Bradshaws. You can check out our full review of Tron on our channel. But overall, the thoughts were it was a fun ride, it was super cool, but it was very, very short. And I also know we had a bunch of readers who were super worried about the seated bike position. Don't worry, they have a ride vehicle specifically for people who do not want to ride in that seated bike position. The next previews will be happening for annual pass holders and DVC members, but registration for that has already filled up. Again, this attraction opens April 4th, so I'm super excited for everybody to come check it out. It's gonna be awesome. The 50th anniversary is ending. It's going away, which means this might be your very last chance to see some specific shows and attractions. Over at the Magic Kingdom, this might be your last chance to see Enchantment. Enchantment is Magic Kingdom's firework nighttime spectacular with projections all over the castle, huge firework displays, lots of really cool song arrangements. The music is beautiful. There's even a special tribute to Walt and Roy Disney at the beginning of Enchantment because of the 50th anniversary. If you loved Enchantment, this is it. This is your moment. Go check it out one last time before it closes and we make way for a brand new fireworks show, Happily Ever After. Happily Ever After is going to open on April 3rd. It's returning to us on April 3rd. And when I say return, I mean kind of in a loosey-goosey form. Because the song Happily Ever After that we know and love, Happily Ever After, that song that we all know and love is going to be featured in the fireworks show. It's going to be the main anthem. However, it is not going to be the exact same show that we are used to from before Enchantment. So technically, it's a brand new fireworks show. However, it's going to feature some of the songs that we know and love. Let us know in the comments if you're gonna miss Enchantment. Just a reminder, in case you missed last month's little news bulletin, Splash Mountain is under a complete overhaul. Tiana's Bayou Adventure, it's coming to Splash Mountain. Now, Tiana's Bayou Adventure won't open until 2024. Tiana's Bayou Adventure is going to be a brand new attraction starting right where the movie left off. So the movie happened and then Tiana's Bayou Adventure began. So we're still going to see a lot of great familiar faces. I'm really hoping we get to see some Dr. Facilier or some sort of villain come into play. I really hope the main villains aren't the alligator hunters. That's going to be annoying. but it's got a whole new Princess and the Frog theme. The music is gonna be amazing, and I'm so excited for it. But the 50th anniversary is ending. The time has come. After an 18-month-long celebration, it is ending. It is going to end on March 30th. And potentially the end of the 50th celebration means that maybe we'll start to kick off the 100th celebration. It's already kicked off in Disneyland. We are ready for it here at Disney World. I'm certainly ready for the 100th. There's going to be a lot of new things happening with the 100th, so stick around with AllEars.net because we're going to bring it to you, and it's going to be awesome. Woo! One little spark, can light your fit. That's like the Super Bowl version. Oh my gosh, could you imagine Figment, like, at the Super Bowl? Yeah, ba-ba. Horns start coming out. Sorry. Epcot's hours are pretty consistent through the entire month of March, thank goodness. Pretty simple to remember. 12 hours, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And if you're staying at select resorts, you will have access to extended evening hours at Epcot. Now, even though the park hours are pretty simple, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., don't forget, hours are subject to change based on what is happening. Now, the big thing happening in Epcot in March is the Flower and Garden Festival. This popular event will take place from March 1st through July 5th of 2023. It features beautifully designed interactive gardens as well as a variety of living sculptures shaped like your favorite Disney characters. You'll also find plenty of unique food options and family-friendly exhibits. Epcot's festivals tend to bring more local crowds on evening and weekends, so plan on visiting Epcot during the week if crowds are concerned. The Garden Rocks concert series is back at Epcot. Woo! Fun fact, my band got a call on March 14th, 2020, said, hey, Simple Plan canceled because of COVID. Can you fill in? I said, I'll be there. And while we were on stage, as our final set of the night, it was 8 o'clock, it said Disney World closing for 2 weeks. Little did we know. So for the Garden Rocks concert series, dining packages will also be included. Hot tip! If you're looking for a cheaper dining package, check out Regal Eagle. The food is still pretty good. You're very close to the American Gardens Theater, which is where the concerts happen. That's usually my go-to. This year, we've got some great artists coming. We've got artists like Smash Mouth, Somebody, the Pointer Sisters. I'm so excited! Yeah. Nailed that. And so much more. Check it out. Now, throughout the festival, typically on the weekdays, they feature some really great local bands, like this all-girl band called Glass Ceiling. They're pretty awesome. And another band that uses sign language as their main focal point. It's called Element. What a great band. Super cool and super innovative. And there's plenty to see and do during this festival, trust me. Now, AllEars.net will be there for the opening day, so don't forget to subscribe to see everything you can do and see at the Flower and Garden Festival. In fact, we're actually at the festival the day this video comes out. Literally right now, I'm there. I am there right now. It's happening. I feel this little Twilight Zone-y for me, but it's happening. So after this video is over, head to AllEars.net on Instagram or Twitter so you can check out the live coverage right now. But the construction at Epcot rages on. There aren't really any anticipated ride closures happening at Epcot, but Epcot is still far from perfect. The artist formerly known as Future World is getting a complete overhaul. Communicore Hall and Communicore Plaza will feature different culinary arts and experiments and tastings. This is what people do when they talk about tasting. And Communicore Hall is basically a new outdoor multi-use facility, bringing international festivals to the center of the Epcot experience. You're gonna get Communicore Plaza, which is gonna be a new live entertainment outdoor venue. You're gonna feature some great entertainment. I'm excited about that. We're gonna get even a meet and greet Mickey and friends at Communicore Hall. That's gonna be cool. But coming late 2023, Moana Journey of Water. We don't really know a lot about it yet, but we know that it's going to feature water and beautiful scenery. There's this huge Tafiti sculpture that was featured at last year's D23 Expo. But until then, March is still going to feel a little bit like you're a rat in a maze because there's a lot of construction walls up. I don't know where I'm going. But just a quick note, Epcot does not have after-hour events planned. Disney did announce that for the first time, Epcot will have after-hours events, but not until June. Event tickets for Epcot, Disney's Typhoon Lagoon, and Disney's Hollywood Studios can be purchased by all guests starting March 3rd, 2023, with prices ranging from $129 to $139. Now, guests of select Walt Disney World resorts can actually begin purchasing Disney After Hours tickets for Epcot and Typhoon Lagoon. Calling all Harmonious fans, this may be potentially your last chance to see Harmonious. Harmonious is Epcot's nighttime spectacular. Features a huge fireworks display, Disney songs sung in the actual language from the country that they're supposed to be from, which is kind of cool. These huge barges that are basically big water screens. I actually really enjoy Harmonious. It's one of my new favorite nighttime shows since Illuminations went away. But Harmonious has its last show on April 2nd, and then it'll make way for Epcot Forever. Epcot Forever is returning, and it is coming back on April 3rd. And Epcot Forever is a nighttime fireworks spectacular that literally is just a huge tribute to everything Epcot. Epcot from the past. You'll hear songs from, One Little Spark to Living with the Land. And it's basically a big love letter to Epcot. Weirdly ends with a whole new world at the end. That one, from Aladdin, I never got that part. But Epcot Forever is temporary. Disney is working on a new Epcot fireworks show for the 100th anniversary. So Epcot Forever is just a placeholder until Disney is ready to premiere their new 100th anniversary show for Epcot. Now let's just talk about the weather for a second, because weather is very important, especially here in Florida. Now things are starting to heat up, especially towards the end of the month, but not by much. Overall, the weather in Orlando is quite pleasant in March, so if you're looking to visit Disney World without the extreme heat, this may be the perfect time to go. Now, the average high is about 78 degrees, and the low is typically around 58 degrees. It is also typically a drier month in terms of rain. We're not getting the rain yet. Now, compared with January and February, the days are going to get a little bit longer, which just means more daylight hours in the park, so it'll be a good time to go. I am here at Hollywood Studios, and hours for the month of March are pretty consistent throughout the entire month of March. We're talking opening at 8:30 a.m. and closing 9:30 p.m. As a reminder, hours are subject to change, so check your My Disney Experience app for any updates or changes. Also, you can check with us, but you get what I'm saying. Now, while there are no extended evening hours for resort guests at Hollywood Studios, their after-hour events rage on. And guess what? Big announcement, after-hour events continue until late June. Originally, it ended in April, but new dates were just announced. Now, typically, after-hour event in Hollywood Studios is around a 3-hour event from 9:30 p.m. to 12:30 a.m. And the prices are around $135 to $159, depending on the date. And don't worry, annual pass holders and DVC members, you guys get your discounts, no worries. Breedlove and Emma checked out both After Hours in Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios. We've got a whole video to help you decide which one you should buy tickets for if you're on the fence. Now, there's a very popular ride that may not be open when you are visiting Hollywood Studios this March. It's Rock and Roller Coaster. On Rock and Roller Coaster, you can rock and roll in the dark and hold on as tight as you can as you take off in this crazy fast ride. You race through the freeways of Los Angeles to the rockin' tunes of Aerosmith until you finally made it to his concert where you get to celebrate it. And luckily, he gave you some backstage passes. You're in a super stretch limo, a super stretch. So, thanks, Aerosmith's manager. Now, it did close for refurbishment in late February, and there is not currently a reopening date yet. They're saying hopefully sometime in the summer, but stick with us. But they are hoping it'll reopen sometime in the summer, so just stick with us. Hollywood Studios, we finally got some openings. We've got some openings happening. Roundup Rodeo opens March 23rd. Reservations for the restaurant actually open up on February 21st. Now, this location is going to offer barbecue classics that are family style. Now, AllEars will actually be reviewing on the opening day, so follow along on our site and social media. Don't worry, a review is going to be dropping on this channel shortly after, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Okay, this part is pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. Disney's Animal Kingdom. The animals are giving us 2 extra hours in the park. 2 extra. Thank you, animals. Starting March 2nd, the park's hours will be from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. That's 12 hours. There's so much time for activities. As always, park hours are subject to change. Cali River Rapids has reopened after a months-long closure. Cali River Rapids is their water raft attraction that takes you through the rainforest, the jungle of Asia. You run into some deforestation. That's bad. Whoa, big hill! Ride over. And recently announced, Disneyland will be getting Pandora. Yes, Avatar is coming to Disneyland. Now, I know that's not a big Disney World announcement, but I'm super excited for my Disneyland peeps. Gonna be flying with some banshees. Maybe the Shaman of Song will sing you something pretty. Crowds. This is a big one. Here we go. Strap in, kids. So when it comes to March crowds, you want to go definitely earlier in the month because many schools throughout the country are on spring break later in the month. In a typical year, spring break is generally one of the most crowded times of the year to visit Disney World. So if crowds are an issue for you, aim towards the beginning of the month because the second half of the month, it's gonna get crazy. And we've actually already started to see these crowds sneak in because there was a date, like at the end of February, where Genie Plus, for the first time ever, was sold out. It's never happened before. Genie Plus was sold out. They stopped selling it. There is a very good chance, because spring break is a very, very, very busy time for the parks, it could happen again. So just be prepared for some crowds. And also, go on with a game plan. That part's important too. But don't worry, if you don't want to make a game plan, I got some tips. I'll give you some tips, some crowd tips for you. Tip number 1, if you're going to a park, make sure you have your park reservations booked far enough in advance. Park reservations fill up especially during busy times. If you're looking to reserve a specific park, you definitely want to get your reservations in advance. Tip number 2, know ahead of time if you're going to want to spring for Genie Plus or the Lightning Lane reservations. That way you can budget it in and also book them as soon as they become available. Genie Plus is going to be a hot commodity at the end of March, so plan that ahead of time. Don't just, maybe we'll purchase Genie Plus today because they might be gone. And tip number 3, when the park is at their busiest, it can kind of get overwhelming. So don't be afraid to take a break or to have a nice long meal or take a swimming break at your resort or something like that in the middle of your day. Because the middle of the day, that's when the parks are going to be the craziest. That's when everybody and their mom and their uncle and their brother's, cousin's, sister's, father's ex-college roommate, they're all going to be there. So in the middle of the day, don't be afraid to take a break. Get away from the crowds for a second. Decompress, don't get too overwhelmed, and then head back to the park for a nice evening. Speaking of those resorts, a buffet is coming back. A buffet? I love buffets. I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna make a joke about buffets, but I couldn't because I love a good buffet. The buffet is returning to Chef Mickey's at Disney's Contemporary Resort. Now, the buffet is returning on March 1st. Since the restaurant reopened after the pandemic, guests enjoyed family-style dining at their table, but starting in March, guests will once again get to enjoy the buffet. Now, for all you foodies out there, the Disney dining plan has not returned, but Disney is offering a new dining promo card that you'll need to grab soon if you're interested. Now, back in January, select 2023 Disney World vacations got the dining promo card included with their package. And this is available to those who book trips for arrival dates between June 25th and September 14th of 2023. These guests are set to be given a dining promo card via email after they check in at their Disney World resort. Now, there are a lot of rules regarding this dining promo card. How long you're going to be here, what the resort you're staying at, and how much you're going to spend. It's a lot of rules. Now, luckily, AllEars.net breaks it down for you, so check out the site, but I'll just give you a couple things. So the amount of money on the actual card varies depending on your arrival date, number of nights, and which Disney resort you stay at. For example, anyone arriving July 1st through the 10th and August 1st through September 14th, you'll be given $50 per room per night at the value resorts, $100 per room per night at moderate resorts, and $150 per room per night at deluxe resorts. Now, that price literally dropped from $35 to $75 to $125 if you're coming for a whole different week. If you're coming between June 25th through the 30th and July 11th through the 31st. It's so strange. But there is an end date to when you can book that dining promo card. Now, previously, Disney had not said whether there was a specific date by which you needed to book your qualifying trip to get the dining promo card until now. In a message sent to travel agents, Disney noted that the dining promo card offer is only bookable through March 27th. That's literally this month, so if you want to book, you're going to have to do it fast. There's actually a really fun event happening over at Disney Springs. Raglan Road is having a really cool St. Patrick's Day celebration. It's the Raglan Road Mighty St. Patrick's Day Festival, which they're calling the most authentic Irish festival in America. It's going to be opening Thursday, March 16th and running through Sunday, March 19th. The Mighty Festival will take its live Irish music and dance to Disney Springs Street outside Raglan Road with 5 outside bars, fun St. Patty's merchandise, face painting, and a lot more. Reservations are encouraged for guests who plan to celebrate at Raglan Road on March 16th, 18th, or 19th, where they can lift a pint, sip a cocktail, eat some Irish food. Now on March 17th, St. Patrick's Day only, Raglan Road will open at 11 a.m. with a $20 cover charge for guests 18 and older. First come, first serve, no reservations on this day only. And if you've got younger patrons, there's no cover, free of charge. But St. Patrick's Day is always a fun holiday to celebrate, so definitely check out different parks and resorts because they may have pop-up St. Patrick's Day treats. You never know. Now, March at Disney World is going to be the end of an era. The end of the 50th anniversary, the end of a slow-ish season, the end of Disney winter jackets, and the beginning of allergy pills. Flower and Garden Festival is kicking! Just kidding. It's the beginning of a new adventure because hopefully the 100th anniversary is starting in April. If you like this video, go ahead and like and subscribe. Now go watch Quincy and Emma take on 8 parks in one day.